Hello, adaptTo. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the session where we'll talk about leveraging GenAI for personalized experience at scale with edge delivery. My name is Matija Kovaček, and this is my colleague Luka Miroić, and we both work at IBM iX. I'm working as head of content and workflow practice where Adobe products such as AM, edge delivery services, and Adobe Workfront belongs to. And usually on projects, I'm working as lead-time developer or technical architect. And Luka is working as AM developer. AI. Last 1+ year, we heard a lot about AI and generative AI. Those two terms were mentioned by everyone and everywhere. Some of you might be super excited about that, and some of you might be tired of this hype. We totally get it, it's understandable, but love it or hate it, it's here and we can't avoid it. Today, we would like to show you how this hype becomes practical. You will see how GenAI tools can work together with Adobe products, and concretely, you will see how marketeers can create by themselves, just in several seconds, personalized storefronts. Let's start with challenges that marketeers are facing today. At the moment, marketeers are under a lot of pressure. They need to balance a lot of expectations and a lot of demands. Customers are expecting personalized experiences across every touchpoints, which means that marketeers need to deliver hyper-personalized content. To deliver that hyper-personalized content, it means that they need to produce more and more content. Besides that, there is high pressure on them to quickly deliver those campaigns, which means that they actually have less time for creative and strategic work. On top of that, they have tough marketing budgets and even more complex end-to-end processes. On the image on the right side, you can see the complexity of creating a single campaigns that marketeers are facing today. If we think a bit, single campaign isn't just about one messaging or one design. Single campaign is much more complex because it needs to be adapted to different markets, translated into several languages, and customized based on different customers and contexts. This means that we need a lot of images, a lot of copy text, and even different messaging based on customer segments and based on different contexts. And this is where AI, especially GenAI, can jump in and help them to solve these challenges and boost their productivity. Now, let's imagine a different scenario. What if marketeers could do more with less? Instead of being under constant pressure, tough deadlines, small marketing budgets, what if they had the tools that could help them to optimize those processes? What if they could create and publish personalized campaigns like landing pages, storefronts, or something else just by themselves and in several seconds, so not in hours or days? This sounds like a really nice idea, right? Let's bring this idea into real action and let's build personalized storefront campaigns with GenAI. And let's build it on example case where we'll have a global shoe retailer who would like to promote their new shoe collection to different customer segments. What they already have in the place is their commerce system that contains all the products and all categories, including this new shoe collection. And they already have the CDP, so the customer data platform, that contains target audience segments such as budget-conscious buyers, luxury shoppers, eco-conscious customers, athletic individuals, and so on and so on. What is needed? What is the main goal? The main goal is to build campaigns that will target different customers with unique and personalized storefronts. This means that pages for the storefronts needs to be personalized. They need to have unique content that it fits to the characteristics and needs of those targeted customers. Besides that, storefronts needs to be super optimized, fast, have a great SEO performance, and needs to offer seamless user experience. We also need high-quality content and images that are tailored to those targeted audiences. And on the end, we need to somehow distribute those campaigns through different channels so that we, on the end, target efficiently our customers. Now we saw what they already have in place, what is needed, and what is the main goal. Now let's see a solution that makes all of this possible. Here you can see architecture that makes all of this possible. And on the diagram, there is a lot of system included. So let's break it down one by one. And let's start from marketeers' perspective. For marketeers, the most important tool or product, it will be Adobe Workfront. And they will use Adobe Workfront as a central place where they will manage all their campaigns. They will use Adobe Workfront as a place where they will create all requests to create those personalized storefronts. There is also Workfront Fusion that integrates Adobe Workfront with several different systems, like Adobe Commerce, where we are pulling in informations about available products and categories into the Adobe Workfront. There is integration between Workfront Fusion and Adobe Experience Platform, where we are pulling in the identified customer segments and their characteristics. And there is integration between Workfront Fusion and Adobe Journey Optimizer, where Adobe Journey Optimizer is sending campaigns like as notifications through different channels to our targeted customers. So when in Adobe Workfront, marketeers will create a request to create a personalized storefront, they will need to select range of the products that they would like to offer to customers. They will need to select the customer segment which they would like to target with this campaign. And with those two informations, those two inputs are then being sent to microservice layer, in our case, Azure Functions. And Azure Functions are being responsible for whole process of creating personalized storefronts. So Azure Functions are integrated with GenAI tools, where Azure Functions are sending the prompts, which includes those two inputs, so the range of the products and the segment with their characteristics, so that GenAI tools can be creative and create content that fits to the needs and characteristics of those targeted audiences or customer segment. So in our case, IBM WatsonX is here to create copy text that it fits to those characteristics. And IBM WatsonX is actually being used to create prompts for Adobe Firefly and also for himself for different parts of storefront. As I said, Adobe Firefly is second GenAI tool what we use here, and it's responsible to create images that are tailored to those audiences. Once the GenAI tools create that content, Azure Functions will start creating the Google Docs. They will start to filling in that generated content, and there will set up the configurations for blog components that are on the end used by edge delivery services. If we go back to the Adobe Workfront, in Adobe Workfront, marketeers can see the status about their campaign. Is it storefront created or not? So they can see all the statuses. After the storefront has been created, there is a review process, approval process, and publication process, which can be done in Adobe Workfront by marketeers. Let's say that marketeers have the do the review, they approve it, and now they are publishing their personalized storefront. So during the publication, of course, storefront will be publicly available, and in the last step, Adobe Journey Optimizer will send across different channels like SMS or email notification to customers of chosen targeted customer segment group. And the customers, when they receive notification via SMS or email, they will get personalized notification like new shoe collection is being available for them, and they can check it out on our storefront. So they will visit the storefront via mobile phone or the desktop, and storefront, as I said, is powered by Edge Delivery Services, which are pulling in the content from Google Documents. And Adobe Storefront is being powered by Adobe Commerce and Commerce SaaS services. Commerce SaaS services are offering endpoints related to the catalog and to the search, and Adobe Commerce is being used more related to checkout processes. Now we saw solution and architecture on the paper, and now I will hand over to Luka, who will show it in real action. Luka, the stage is yours.
Hi, adaptTo. As Matija already said, my name is Luka, and I work as AEM developer at IBM iX company. And today I will present you the more technical part of this presentation. So yeah, let's start and see the solution in action. During this demo, we will jump into a few different roles. Firstly, we're going to be the marketeer at the global shoe retail company, which is preparing the launch of a new performance running shoe collection. So if we want to start the generation of the personalized storefront, we need to go to the Adobe Workfront and create a new Edge Delivery Commerce request. Here we can see that firstly we need to select the customer segment. As we are doing this for the performance running shoes, we are going to select the athletic customer segment. All those segments are fetched from the Adobe Experience platform together with specific characteristics of each segment, which is generated by the IBM WatsonX. So we are going to pick the athletic customer. Then we need to select the product category. All the product categories are fetched from the Adobe Commerce. And as we are doing this for the running shoes, we are select the running category. Next, we need to select the promotional product. All those products are again fetched from the Adobe Commerce, and we are going to use the Hyper Elite 5s, for example, to feature in our personalized storefront. And at the end, we need to select the channel which we are going to use to notify our target audience about our new campaign, and we are going to use the Adobe Journey Optimizer SMS campaign. After we submit this request, we can go and see the actual request that we created. We can see that we selected the segment, the running product category, we have the promotional product and the channel, and this automatically triggers our microservice to generate the personalized storefront. So while we are waiting for this to be generated, which normally takes 2 to 3 minutes, we can jump in back into the presentation and see how it all actually works. So on this slide, we can see that the marketeer can fetch the customer segments from the Adobe Experience platform and their specific characteristics, which are generated by the IBM WatsonX. And after they identified the targeted customer segment, they can request a creation of the personalized storefront, which is done by the Adobe Workfront Fusion as an integration platform, which is also supported by our Azure Functions microservice, which is, of course, then supported by the IBM WatsonX for the text and the Adobe Firefly for the image generation. And after successful storefront generation, marketeer can then preview the actual personalized storefront. They can do the fine-tuning if necessary in the Google Documents. And all this is, of course, supported by the Adobe Edge Delivery and the Adobe Commerce. After they are satisfied with how is the look and feel of this generated personalized storefront, they can send this request to the final review, and the publisher can review again the personalized storefront, and after the final approval from the publisher, this personalized storefront will automatically get published, and the Adobe Journey Optimizer SMS campaign will go live. After which, all the customers that are in this targeted segment will get a customized SMS message with the live link to their personalized storefront. Of course, which they can then visit the personalized storefront, which has a really good performance because of the Adobe Edge Delivery that I will show you later in this demo. So if we now go back to the request, if we refresh the page, we can see that we have a new form here. It's called Edge Delivery Commerce Page Info. And if we open this, we can see here that we have the Google Doc URL, which is used for the inline editing of the personalized storefront. And also we have the preview URL where the marketeers can go and see how this generated personalized storefront is actually looking like. So if we click on this preview URL, in a few seconds, we'll be able to see that our generated personalized storefront is available through preview. And I would like for you to note that all this text and all the images are generated by the AI, and they are specifically tailored to appeal to this specific athletic customer segment that we picked in the Adobe Workfront. So you can see here that they have the hero product that we picked. It's Hyperlead 5s, and all this text is generated by the WatsonX. And at the bottom, we also have the component which fetches the specific set of products from the Adobe Commerce, which also is tailored to appeal more to this athletic customer segment. And at last, we have the related stories, and all those text and the images are generated by the AI, and they are also tailored to specifically appeal to this targeted customers. I would like to also show you the pre-generated eco-conscious page, and you can see here that this text and the complete storefront has completely different look and feel than in the athletic. They are more promoting the friendly lifestyle, the sustainable fashion, and the actual sustainability, and all the images are generated also by the, of course, Adobe Firefly with different backgrounds and all everything. And also we have the carousel that patches the completely different set of products for this specific customer segment, and those are made by the material that is more eco-friendly. And at last we have the related stories, which are also generated by the AI. They have promote the sustainability, eco-friendly materials, and the ethical manufacturing. So for example, if the marketeer isn't satisfied with how generated storefront is looking like, he can go then to the Google Documents and use the inline editing options to edit the actual page. So for example, we can remove the unnecessary things from here, and we can also we developed also the extension for this, where we actually are using the same tools as we are using for the actual personalized storefront generation. So we are using the Adobe Firefly for the image manipulation and the IBM WatsonX for the text manipulation. So for example, if we don't like the background image for our hero product, we can go and, for example, I want the gym background. We can just select the image and click here to replace the background. And in a few seconds, we should get the two images to pick from. And it will contain the same hero product, but it will have a different set of backgrounds. So here we can see that Adobe Firefly returned two images. So for example, if we want, we can pick the right one. We just click on it, and it will automatically get replaced by the one in the Google document. And if we want, for example, to scroll a bit down, and if we find some text that we don't like, we can just select it, and we can send it to the WatsonX to rewrite it. Or if we want to generate the new text, we can just write a prompt in here, and it will automatically generate a different text here. But if we want, for example, to rewrite it, we need to select it and select the length that we want to get from the IBM WatsonX. And we can just click and send the prompt, after which we are getting the response, and we can just click to insert the text, and it will automatically get replaced in the document. After we are satisfied with everything that we did, we can go to the Adobe Sidekick and preview the actual page. And in a few seconds, we should be able to see how our personalized storefront is looking like now after the changes that we implemented. So we can see here that the title is looking a bit different. We have a different image for the hero product, and we have also a different text in the related stories. So now if we are satisfied with how the page is looking like, the marketeer can then change the status from the new to the published. And now we need to jump into a different role of this demo, and this is the role of the publisher. So when the marketeer changes the state of the actual request, publisher will automatically get notified about the request that needs attention. So as we can see here, we have actually notification about this request. We have the issue details. And you can see here that we have completely the same view as the marketeer had. We can edit the Google Documents, and we can preview the actual URL. And if we are satisfied with how everything is looking like, we can, of course, approve this request. And this automatically triggers the actual publication of the private personalized storefront, and automatically triggers the Adobe Journey Optimizer SMS campaign. So in a few seconds, you should be able to see that we have the landing page live URL here and the page speed link that leads to the analytics for the actual page that we created. So this takes maybe 15 to 20 seconds. And here you can see that we have the page speed URL. And in this page speed URL, this triggers the analytics of the generated landing page. And yeah, after this, you will be able to see that the performance is actually really good because of the Adobe Edge delivery. And of course, we only have like SEO part is a bit lower because we blocked the pages from being indexed because we don't want the browser crawlers to crawl through our demo pages. And at last, we can jump into the last role of this demo, and this is the role of the actual customer. So when customer actually comes to our page, he can scroll and browse through the products that he likes. And for example, we can click on this shop now. We'll get redirected directly to the product page, which is also generated in parallel with the landing page. And for example, we can select the shoe size. We can add it to the cart. If I remove this, we can see that the product is actually added to the cart, after which we can, if we want another product, we can scroll down, again click on it and select the shoe size, add this to the cart. And if we, for example, view the cart, we can see that the products that we entered are actually present in here. We can maybe change the number of the products, and we can see that the estimated total is changed accordingly. And at the end, we can go through the complete checkout process. So if we enter the valid email and all the necessary data, so those are just dummy data to have everything. And after this, we can just place the order, after which we should get redirected to the thank you page, and we'll get notified by the email about the order confirmation and all the delivery updates. So if we go in the email, we can see that we actually got this email pretty much immediately with all the data that we just entered as the billing address and all the products that are available and that we ordered. So yeah, that's pretty much all from this demo. If you want more technical info, please join us later at the playground session. And yeah, Matija, Stage is yours.
Thank you, Luka. So for a summary, we saw how we can use GenAI tools and edge delivery services to quickly and easily scale the personalization. We saw how we can generate complete, fully functional, personalized storefront just in several seconds. And we saw how this can, on the end, boost marketing team productivity and efficiency. And last but not least, like with everything else, like with any other new programming language, framework, system design pattern, methodology, or whatever, same applies for AI and GenAI tools. So just because everyone is talking doesn't mean that we need to use it like for everything. So think twice, use some common sense, and use it wisely. If you're interested more in GenAI topics and how GenAI tools can work together with Adobe products, I'm recommending that you read those 2 articles written by Roland Gruber and Daniel Strmečki. And that would be all from our side. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. That was very impressive. I like you combined the tools, GenAI, everything like in a nice flow. Let's start this question. How do you make sure AI-generated content and images match the brand guidelines like tone of voice, image restriction, and so on?
So it's all about how you could write the prompts. I think this is maybe the hardest part, what we challenged during the creating this demo. So like the prompts are the main thing here, and if you write correctly the prompts or give instructions how the tool will create the prompts for himself, then you can achieve that.
All right. You mentioned WatsonX, Firefly, but did you try any other AI models?
So for this demo, we didn't use any other tools, but it's not a problem to switch it to something else. So instead of WatsonX, maybe ChatGPT. Instead of Firefly, I don't know, MyJourney. So it doesn't matter.
How do you keep track visually of what was actually approved for publishing?
So as you could see, maybe in the Workfront, we still have those manual steps. So it's not everything fully automated that you click and something is generated in the background and it's approved and live available to the customer. So we still have some manual steps like review process and approval process where still some human interaction is needed and needs to be approved before campaign, or in our case, the storefront is being live and available to all customers.
Okay. How do you ensure that the generated images add to the right product, that you have the right match? And also that like GenAI does not get too creative.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to maybe the first question, right? So it's again about the prompts, and like when you are creating the prompts, you need to like be really specific and include all those details, like, okay, about which product or which product category we are talking about, and like about which segment we are talking about and what their characteristics. And then the GenAI tools have kind of enough the context to generate appropriate image on the end.
Thank you. Great to have you on stage. Applause from Matija and Luka.